Humanity, I love you all with all my heart, with all my mind. I'd like to repeat that one more time. Humanity, I love you all with all my heart, with all my mind. This is Joey A. Um, as you know, my videos are about love, infinity, creation, energy, because we're infinite love, infinite energy, infinite creation. This is exactly who we are. We are the human race. This is exactly who we are. We are the human race. We're the benevolent species, the human heart. This is who we are, a heartful species, a loving species, a love-based species. This is who we are. This is exactly who we are. This is exactly who we are, the human race. We live to love and we love to live. Lives of meaning, lives of purpose, happy lives. This is exactly who we are. And this video is part of the series of videos on Earth Constitution, our freedoms, infinite freedoms. We all enjoy, all humans. We're billions and billions of humans. We're almost 9 billion humans now. Here in the Republic of Planet Earth, our republic, the citizenry of the Republic of Planet Earth, all humans, citizens of the Republic of Planet Earth. Who we are, the human race. And this freedom is a beautiful freedom, because I've been talking about all sorts of freedoms today. But now we're talking about legal freedoms, right? Legal freedoms. Legal freedoms. Let's talk about legal freedoms, because I spoke about economic freedoms, political freedoms, worship freedoms, defense and self-defense freedoms. I mean, all sorts. Assembly freedoms, movement freedoms, press freedoms, speech freedoms, truth freedoms, action freedoms, purpose freedoms, identity freedoms, time freedoms, infinite energy freedoms, true self freedoms, infinite free will, all sorts of freedoms. And there's so many more. It's 50 plus freedoms in the Constitution. But now is the turn for legal freedoms, right? And just like earlier I was talking about economics, right? And the value and the power of economics, particularly in the last 4 or 5 centuries. Then it's the same with legal freedoms, right? Because the legal systems of planet Earth, right? The law, right? The law. So what's legal, right? All these built of enactment, right? All these acts that are essentially part of the legislature of the Republic of Planet Earth. Us, all humans, all of us. We all citizens of the Republic of Planet Earth, all of us. Okay? If you have a human heart, you are a citizen of the Republic of Planet Earth. Okay? As simple as that. So, as simple as that. If you have a human heart, if you're human, if you're alive, you are a citizen of the Republic of Planet Earth. And we're billions, right? We're almost 9 billions, right? We're the citizenry of the Republic of Planet Earth. So, so let's talk about legal freedoms, right? Let's talk about legal freedoms, right? Let's talk about legal freedoms. So legal freedoms is this, again, it's a fiction, right? It's an entity, right? That we have come to terms with worldwide for centuries now. I think there's been laws for thousands of years, if not longer. Codes, right? Regulation, all sorts of principles that we have codified in text, right? And use as a common understanding of all humans across different civilizations across history, right? But we are in the Republic of Planet Earth now. This is 21st century governance. So we have laws that abide to all citizens of the Republic of Planet Earth. If you have a human heart, you are a citizen of the Republic of Planet Earth. So you have freedoms, right? Legal freedoms. So what are these? Well, legal freedoms is your ability, first off, self-representation, right? Meaning you have the ability to represent yourself. You can be your own lawyer because you have free will, right? You have free will. You have free will We all have infinite free will, and you have the ability to represent yourself in any legal matter, any situation. There's no court or jurisdiction on earth that stops any individual from representing themselves and their interests anywhere. Okay? So there is a time and place for lawyers and all these different things. But as we move forward, deregulation and all the obsolescence committee, right? It's around 80+% of most things that all this legacy, right? All this heritage, all this legacy, right? Systems, they would just become obsolete because they're primitive, right? They're primitive. So, the role of lawyers and all these people would be greatly reduced. And all these influence that has been accumulated in the hands of a few people will be greatly diminished because the power of authorship, the power of wit, meaning writs, right? The power of wills, the power of writ, the power of writing law is in the hand of the individual, meaning the citizen, all of us collectively, right? As the enablers and the enactors of law. Because we are the law, meaning we are the individual, we are the heartbeat, we are the citizen of the Republic of Planet Earth with the citizenry of the Republic of Planet Earth. And because we are the law, we have legal freedoms, right? And self-representation is this notion that we have the self-sovereignty and self-determination to represent ourselves in all legal matters because we have freedoms, all right? We have infinite freedoms. And legal freedoms is that. It's our ability to enact laws. And the way we do that is through the executive branch of the Republic of Planet Earth. And then again, the legislative branch of the Republic of Planet Earth, right? Which is what? The constituency. And I have spoken about this at length in political freedoms. So what's the constituency, right? So what's the constituency? So the constituency is the individual, right? Each individual, each citizen, right? Each individual is a member of the constituency where they reside, right? So we all have legal freedoms, meaning we are the law. The law is us, all right? We administer the law ourselves. So, meaning that through our constituency, we choose a constituency candidate, right? A representative of that constituency because of political freedoms, voting freedoms, and standing for office freedoms. So that person becomes the what? The representative, right? The voice of what? That constituency. Where? At the legislature, the Republic of Planet Earth's legislature. And there we enact laws together as one because we have legal freedoms. You see, it is no system that enables laws. It's us, the individual. The source of law is the individual. The individual, the human heart, the individual is the law. We are the law, right? So we, as a result of being the law, enable the law. And the way we do that is in the legislature. And the legislature is the legislature of the Republic of Planet Earth, right? The assembly freedoms, right? So the assembly freedoms of us coming together as one, as citizens of the Republic of Planet Earth in each of our constituencies, coming together as one, enacting and enabling the legal system because of our legal freedoms, us being the source of law, the source of authority, the source of power, because we're free, sovereign, and independent, okay? And because of the obsolescence committee and all this deregulation that's taking place, most of the legacy and heritage of all these primitive, obsolete say, systems would cease to exist, because the jurisdiction of those systems, just like political parties, doesn't reside in the individual. It resides outside the individual in entities and fictions. And all these legal entities and fictions are obsolete because they do not represent the interests of the individual, the freedom, the sovereignty, right? The independence of the sacred nature of the human heart, the individual. So it is us. We are the source of power. The individual is the citizen. We are 8+ billion, right? Almost 9 billion. We all are legal freedoms. We all are the law. It's us. It's not the system. It's not the entity. It's not the fiction. It's the individual, right? And the constituency is that mechanism in which one representative, one constituency candidate becomes the representative of that collective constituents. And that represents what? The freedoms, the values, the beliefs of planet Earth, or the individuals, right? Our freedoms, our legal freedoms, right? And the obsolescence committee is essentially 20% of the entire legislature of planet Earth, and we're 9 billion almost. So imagine 20% of the constituency of 9 billions is a lot of humans, right? And that's the committee, right? That's the committee of the obsolescence committee, meaning everything that is getting phased out, right? Everything that doesn't serve freedom, everything that is obsolete and primitive gets phased out. It's obsolescence, right? It ceases to exist as an act of what? Legal freedoms of what? The individual. And who's the individual? The citizen. And who's the citizen? The citizenry. And who's the citizenry? 9+ billion people who make what? Earth's constitution. And that's what? The Republic of Planet Earth, right? In the way of what? The legislature branch, which is what? Chosen by what? The individual who votes. Voting freedoms, right? Standing for office freedoms. Political freedoms. So we choose our own destinies. Why? Because we have infinite free will. We're compass and we're sundial. This is exactly why. Each and one of us is this. We have legal freedoms, right? Because the power, we are the source of power. The human heartbeat gives us life. It's not an entity or a fiction or a system that gives us life. It's the human heart. And because we're the source of life and the source of creation, we are the law. And the law is all of us, right? All humans, 9+ billion. So if you understand this notion, which is common sense, then it's very simple to understand what legal freedoms is. It's our ability to self-represent, our ability to make primitive, obsolete things irrelevant by phasing them out through the obsolescence committee. And then moving into what matters, which is laws and enactments and bills that are there, acts that are there for what? To further the freedoms, the independence, right? The sovereignty of the Republic of Planet Earth, as per our constitutional framework, right? All of us. And how do we do that? In the legislative branch. And that's what? Well, based on the constituencies of what? The whole planet, almost 9 billion people. So this is how it works. You see, this is the mechanism. It's transparent, full accountability, right? There's no political parties here. So it's all direct democracy. So it's the individual, the human heartbeat, right? The human heartbeat. It's the individual. The legal freedom comes from the individual. And of course, and if you start to think all in these terms, then what's legal and what's not, right? That is the beauty of a modern society and a civilized society, to understand what is feasible and what isn't. Why? Because of the Constitution, because of freedoms. So there cannot be laws around freedoms, you see. You cannot have a law impeding freedoms, for example. There cannot be such a regulation or code or guideline or anything bill or act or enactment or anything, right? Gazette, you name it, right? That impedes, thwarts, and goes against our freedoms. And we got 50 plus freedoms, right? More. And there will be an infinite number of infinite come. Of course, we start to evolve into higher energy, we're gonna start to have more freedoms. So what I'm trying to say is that if it impedes our freedoms, it's illegal. As simple as that. If it impedes our freedoms, it's illegal. So it ceases to exist. Meaning it becomes obsolete, primitive, obsolescence committee. Yeah? So as simple as that. So if it impedes our freedoms, it ceases to exist. It's illegal. Okay? As simple as that. And that's what legal freedom is. So then what's legal? Right? If we are the law, what's legal? What's legal freedoms? Well, very simple. Is what enhances our freedoms. That's what's legal. Is what makes our freedoms, freer, so to speak. What strengthens, what protects, what defends our freedoms. That's what's legal. Anything that enables our freedoms, that enhances our freedoms, that improves our freedoms, that improves our quality of life, our lifestyle, our standards of living collectively, our wallet as an individual, our freedoms as individuals, everything that makes us more prosperous, more abundant. Right? And then again, that's what the obsolescence committee is for. 20% of the legislature branch is part of that. It has a lot of people involved. This is a transparency freedoms, right? Accountability freedoms, full disclosure freedoms. There's no secrecy involved in any of these procedures. This is all public. So what this means is that if we say the legislature branch enacts a law, say, that has a planetary impact across the Republic of Planet Earth, and that law after, is a sunset clause, say, so that law after trial doesn't really advance the freedoms and the abundance and the prosperity of us, the Republic of Planet Earth, our sovereignty or independence, then that is a reason why we have an obsolescence committee, so that law gets phased out because it didn't meet the threshold, meaning infinite freedoms, right? The Republic of Planet Earth. So that's the legal system. And there's jurisdictions, right? There's levels of jurisdiction within the legal system, right? We have that. We have judges, right? We have all these mechanisms to enforce the law. And because of that, the system is designed to what? To do what? To enhance human freedom, right? To enhance the Republic of Planet Earth, sovereignty, independence, right? Freedom. That's what the legal system is there for. The legal system is not there for any other reason but to advance human freedom. The Republic of Planet Earth. That is the only reason why the legal system in the way of the legislature, legislative branch, and the judicial branch, and the court systems exist is so we are freer, we're more prosperous, we're more abundant, we're a fairer society, right? That is the only reason why we have laws in place, to make sure that we not only enhance our freedoms, but we protect them and defend them. And everything that goes against our freedoms is illegal. As simple as that. Any nature, anything that it goes against our freedoms, as per our constitutional framework, is illegal. Thus null and void, and it has no value, no impact. It is of no consequence, right? It is as simple as that. So that's what legal freedoms are, right? So then what does that do? Well, the entire system, the legal system changes. You see, And because the power resides in the individual, because the individual is the law, right? The individual is the law. So we are protecting the individual, which is what? The freedom, the individual, right? The human heartbeat, our freedoms, our infinite freedoms, us being sacred. So it is as simple as that. It is as simple as that. So this is what legal freedom is, right? This is what legal freedom is. And of course, it's a system in which we have jurors, right? And we have a jury. And who are the jurors, right? Who's the jury? Well, us, the individual, the citizens, member of the constituencies, right? Us, the individual, 8+ billion people, right? Randomly selected at different levels of scales, depending on the court level, right? Because there is levels of courts, right? Jurisdictions, circuits. All these based on what? The law is the individual, the juror, right? The jury. So what is the meaning of this? Well, the judge, which is elected, the judicial branch, because they're voted in, judges are voted in, they're not appointed, they're elected, selected by the people in the constituencies, right? Through voting, democracy, freedom, the Republic of Earth, our Constitution. So the judge is not there for any other reason but to essentially oversee procedures, meaning the power of, how do I say, of declaration of giving directions and enabling law and defending the law is the juror coming us together in the jury and making the decision, because the jury is members of what? The citizenry, the collective, the individual, right? The human heartbeat, the law, the free individual. So the judge is there just to oversee procedures, to make sure that everything is done according to, the law, say. But that's it, an oversight. That is, do we have veto powers, obviously. So it is the jurors, through the jury, that pass down sentences, directions, right? And matters of law, because the law is the individual. Simple as that. So that's it. So, and then of course, it is the judicial branch of it. The elections is this notion of the superintendent, which is this person that enforces judgment, meaning enforces the sentences, enforces what the jury decides. As a result, say if there is a court case or anything, right? And that person is voted in as well, because that person is just the person that makes sure that whatever the jury says is actually done, right? The law is followed, right? That enables our freedoms and all these. And then if you understand this notion, then, well, but this person must have some sort of authority, right, to enforce that. Yes, that person will be the leader of the police force of that jurisdiction. What jurisdiction? Well, the jurisdiction of that constituency that allowed that juror and a jury to form and a judge to oversee procedures, right? And this is all part of our democracy, part of the Republic of Planet Earth. All the system is all direct democracy. They're all voted in through voting freedoms, political freedoms, and standing for office freedoms, you see. The levels of governance, the levels of government, right? So this is exactly what the system is. Yeah, it's a system in which the legal freedoms is that, is the enablement of the law, because the law is the individual, right? The law is the individual. And who is the individual? The citizen. And who is the citizen? A member of the citizenry. And who is the citizenry? Us, all of us, billions of people, right? All humans with a heartbeat. If you have a heartbeat, if you're a human, you're a citizen of the Republic of Planet Earth. So the constitutional framework of Earth Constitution applies to you and protects you and grants you infinite freedoms just by fact of being alive and having a human heartbeat. Simple as that. So that is the legal freedoms. You see, fundamental, right? Because law allows us to have orderly societies, right? Societies that are civilized, right? Organized according to what's fair and what's right. And what's right and what's good, the human heartbeat, our nature, our benevolence, our love, right? That's what's right. The love that we have for ourselves, for our children, for humanity, for our creations, the pursuit of happiness, purpose of life, life of purpose, meaningful lives, happy lives, all these. We live to love and we love to live, the human heartbeat, who we are, the human heart, pulse of life, the pulse of creation, abundance, prosperity, infinite prosperity, infinite abundance, right? And our constitution and our republic that allows us to do precisely that, have a civilized organization. And that polity, we call it the Republic of Planet Earth, in which all of us, billions of human heartbeats in resonance together at once, come together in the love of us as one, united as a Republic of Planet Earth, infinite eternal creators, compasses and sundials, who we are, the human race. You see, as simple as that. And this legal system is fair because it is there to advance freedom, human freedom, prosperity and abundance, independence and sovereignty. That's what that system is designed for. That is the system. The legal system is that. Legal freedoms. Meaning freedoms, laws that advance freedoms. That's legal freedoms. So that's what it is. So this is legal freedoms. It's fundamental freedom, as you can see, because we need to have structures, right, in organized society, in our civilization. And the best decentralization system is freedom, because it's our nature. We're free. We have infinite free will. This is who we are. It's our nature. We're free. So that is exactly what this is. Legal freedoms is that. Is the law from the individual, the citizen, enacted and protected, safeguarded and defended by the Republic of Planet Earth, Earth constitutions, the Defense and Self-Defense Department, the Justice Department, right? Part of the Republic of Planet Earth, right? The Department of State, part of the Republic of Planet Earth. The Treasury, part of the Department of Planet Earth, right? And the Executive Branch, which is also, part of the Republic of Planet Earth, which is essentially randomly selected individuals from the constituencies, you see, and they rotate. So there's randomly selected, so there's, pure fairness, transparency, accountability, and all sorts of checks and balances to make sure that freedom is protected and there's no abuse of power of any nature and veto powers and all sorts. Transparency oversight committee and all that, right? To make sure that, and obsolescence committee to make sure that everything is in place for elections to have freedoms and all these different things. So everything is well calculated and well thought out. So freedoms remain in the Republic of Earth for infinity, because we're going to be here for infinity. This is the thing, because we're infinite. There is no end to the Republic of Planet Earth because we're infinite. We're the human race. We're here forever, infinitely, eternally. And we need laws. So our laws are freedom laws, legal freedoms. This is who we are. This is our nature, right? This is a Republic of Planet Earth, who we are. Humanity, I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. This video is about legal freedoms. I love you all with all my heart, with all my might.